All right, we want to go now to CBS News White House reporter Olivia Rinaldi. Olivia, how is the administration responding?
Lindsay, it's good to be with you. We're hearing from the White House that the president has been fully briefed on this situation. He was actually in the Oval Office a short while ago having a meeting with the Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni. When he was asked about the shooting, he said he's been fully briefed as to where we are right now. He called it a shame and a horrible thing that things like this take place, and he said they will have more to say about it later. I do want to note Trump said this a little over a half hour ago, and obviously this is a very dynamic situation we are seeing play out at Florida State University right now as we're learning not only more about the shooter, but about the victims as well, pardon me. But the White House says they're monitoring this situation very, very closely and should have more to share later when we know more.
Okay, and Olivia, when we do have things like this, how does it typically work in terms of the frequency that we will typically hear from the White House and updates?
Well, it really does depend. I mean, the situation right now in Florida looks very fluid as we're learning more about what exactly took place, and these lockdowns are still in place. I was reminded yesterday that it was the 18th anniversary of the shooting at Virginia Tech, which, if you'll remember, 32 students lost their lives. And I do remember that very well as someone who grew up in Virginia, and I remember hearing watching the president that night deliver statements about that as well. So it could take a little bit of time before we hear from this White House. I'm sure they want to be very sure of everything that has gone on, especially who the victims are, the victim count, if there is one, but also what we're learning about the shooter, perhaps any political ideologies that he may have had. Again, this is all speculation. We do not know anything about the shooter right now. But it could potentially be a few hours before we hear more from the president. Of course, there are events he's planning today. He is meeting with the Italian prime minister. They were expected to sign some executive orders later on today, but it's a very fluid situation, not only throughout this bilateral meeting, but perhaps what could happen at the White House for the rest of the day. Of course, we have seen presidents of all kinds respond to mass shootings throughout all of their presidencies. If you remember, during the Sandy Hook shooting, President Obama delivered an address to the nation about that, where he got very emotional on camera about that. It's unfortunately something that every president has had to deal with and had to address. So we'll be watching to see what this White House says specifically about this as we're learning more, and there's a lot of information coming in.
Okay, Olivia Rinaldi, thank you.